Hello everyone, it's time for UC Campbell's paper reviews. This time it's going to be Extreme Rules for 2011. To be honest, I thought this pay-per-view was extremely well done. It pretty much delivered on everything that they promised, and they ended up giving out 2 bonus matches in the end as well. But every match, with the exception of a few, were pretty much what was advertised what the match was supposed to be, and that's all you can really ask of a company to do. When they say they're going to do something, they go off and they do it, and they do it into the best of their abilities. And every match did that, with the exception of a few, which was pretty much the Michael Cole, Jack Swagger, JR, and King match. Luckily, that match didn't go too long, but it looks like the storyline's going to continue. And also with the Layla and Michelle McCool match. I mean, you pretty much get the loser leaves WWE thing, but no real area of where you could consider a count out would have happened, or no real no DQ area that would have happened for that match either. The only other match that just didn't really make full sense, outside the 2 bonus matches, which the Kofi Kingston Sheamus add-on was a great touch with the tables match. I thought they did a great job on that tables match. A lot of T-spots that looked like somebody was going to go through the table, and a great spot for actually putting Sheamus through the table with having Kofi Kingston doing a leg drop off the top rope to the outside through the table on Sheamus. And the other bonus match being the Lumberjack match with Big Show and Kane defending their tag titles against Wade Barrett and Ezekiel Jackson. Honestly, that one just made no sense, but I'm not gonna knock the pay-per-view for doing one thing that just didn't make any sense. Also, we got the debut of Karma. People would know her as Awesome Kong from TNA. If you know from Japan, she's Amazing Kong. Nice way of getting rid of, outside of Michelle McCool losing the loser leaves WWE thing, it's a nice way of showing that this woman's going to be very dominant as she gets into the pay-per-view. And it was a nice little reaction shot of all the divas in the back, seeing what they're going to have to go up against here in the near future. The Last Man Standing match I thought was extremely well done, well paced. It was a little weird that it was at the beginning of the show, but it just goes to show that they can pull off a brutal looking, hard-hitting match without drawing any blood whatsoever, which is always a good thing. It was extremely well done, and like I said, the only weird thing about it was its placement being at the beginning of the show. Honestly, the beginning of the show probably should have gone to Cody and Rey Mysterio, but hey, what can you say? It was still a very well done match, and the Rey and Cody match was extremely well done too. It was a little sad that it happened, that the pinfall happened in the ring and it happened to one of Mysterio's normal moves, but the outgoing of the match and the duration of the match, you saw them using the environment to their fullest, and you were seeing pinfall attempts on the outside of the ring, which is what you can ask for in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I mean, sometimes they happen in the ring, sometimes they don't happen in the pinfall happens in the ring, sometimes it happens on the outside of the ring somewhere in the arena. They use pretty much the entire arena. They use the staging, they use the crowd, they even use the concession area, which is always good when you get a Falls Count Anywhere match. Thankfully, Christian won. I'm really glad that Christian finally is getting his shot with the company as a world champion. It doesn't hurt Alberto Del Rio to have him lose, and it doesn't really hurt Christian winning the title with Edge's help there, because you have Brutus Clay coming out. So all in all, it was a win-win, and Christian finally gets his world title shot. I know a lot of internet fans, including myself, have been wanting him to get his shot to shine with that title, and we'll see where WWE goes with that here in the near future. You have and you also had a pretty good, I would say, maybe a bit slow but really good steel cage match with the triple threat. You had moments where you thought Morrison was going to win. You had moments where you thought Cena was going to win. You had moments where you thought Miz was going to win. A lot of good teases with getting out of the cage and pinfalls. Great spot by Morrison doing his Starship Pain off the top of the cage. And all in all, really good. Just a bit weird that Cena decided to go. That they decided to go with Cena for the victory in this one. I thought they would have held that off till later on in the year if they were going to do it at all, leading into WrestleMania 28 with him versus The Rock. But hey, he has the title now. I have no real complaints about that. It was an extremely well done match with an extremely well done finish. And like I said, tonight, unlike the I hate to harp on TNA for this one, but unlike the TNA Lockdown pay-per-view, WWE pretty much did exactly what was advertised. If they said this type of match was going to happen, it was going to be hard-hitting and whatnot, it exactly did what it was supposed to do for the night. You got the exact match you were looking for, instead of matches advertised as one thing and then you just get wrestling matches inside of what was supposed to be brutal structure. So, all in all, very good pay-per-view. I won't throw it in the great area, but it was very good, and I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. And thank you guys for listening. I will be doing more shows with Raw and SmackDown. I'll be doing TNA here, doing TNA Impact extremely soon. And of course, pay-per-views at the end of the month. Sacrifice is the next pay-per-view, and then you have Over the Limit the next week. So I'll be doing shows for those as well. Thank you guys for listening, and have a good evening.